Alright, Dallas and Tennessee, you got your mic that you wanted me to wire up for you here. So here it is. It's wired up to this Yaesu. I'm assuming that the pinout for this Yaesu, which is an 8-pin round, is the same for yours. I'm assuming they have a standard mic plug because this has this mic. I don't know if this is the mic that came with it when it was sold new back in the day, but this mic works on it, and I'm assuming if you have this mic with your radio, it would work also. It's just standard 8-pin round mic plug. So I put one of those on the KPO. It's pretty simple. Audio is number 8. Number 5 is a no connect. Transmit is number 6. And bare shield is number 7. And these are the color wires for the KPO. That's why I wrote it there, so that way if I ever have to do it again, I'll remember. I just got to write Yaesu on the little piece of paper. Otherwise I got to cross-reference everything again, which takes a little bit more time. Not a big deal, but I like to keep track of things. So yeah, the mic's wired up. It's working. This radio's seen much better days in its lifetime. It's a poor, sad, old, beautiful boat anchor radio, but somebody really messed it up and changed adjustments on the board and just totally screwed it up. So it sounds horrible on the air. It's way off frequency. It's just, it's really messed up. So this is a locals, and he was trying to use it on CB, I guess, and it does a ton of power on CB, there's no question about it. I'll switch this thing to AM mode and key it down. It dead keys about 23. We can see up there on the watt meter, but it's way off frequency. And then 1 2 1 2 check hello, 143. It's way distorted. The modulation circuit, I don't know if they like disabled something in it. They did something to it. It sounds horrible on AM, just downright horrible. I mean, this is way too much. 1 2 1 2 check hello, you know. And that's not the mic making it sound like that. That's the actual radio. It just sounds horrible. It's a good reason why you don't try to make an HF radio perform like a splatterbox CB, because they're not made to do that. Although this one, obviously, they did something to it to make it do that. I would probably say this has the average power mod, because, you know, 1 2 hello. There's why you don't want all that average power. It sounds like crap on the air. Hello, 1 2 1 2 hello. But boy, does it make that watt meter dancing. Everybody likes that for some reason, but it sounds horrible. So whatever they did to it, I haven't invested any time yet to even look to try to figure it out. Like I say, it's not mine. I asked him if he would just come and get it, because I really don't even want to mess with it. It's just in such disrepair. The receiver is really messed up on it too. It just, all phases of the radio are bad. But this is the only Yaesu radio I have here that's 8-pin round, so I'm glad it's here so I could test your mic. Otherwise I would just wire it, and I don't like to do that. If I don't have a radio to test it on, then I don't like to do stuff like this, because my mic tester doesn't have Yaesu. It just has like CB style radio plugs on it and stuff, so I don't have a mic tester for this. And yeah, I mean, it's working, so what more can I say? We'll go to FM and 1 2 1 2 check hello. So 142 watts on FM. I think this was a 200 watt radio in its day or something like that. So I mean, it's a beautiful radio. I know I'm talking more about the radio than the mic, but you know, the mic is working. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 check hello. So sideband sounds the best on this radio, and FM sounds pretty good too, but AM is just so messed up. It's just a shame somebody did that to it. But check 1 2 1 2. These have a really clear sound, this mic, so you know, obviously it's squealing because I'm 2 feet away or less from the speaker, and we have a talkback monitor on which has a gain to it because it's controlled by a volume control. So, you know, it's going to squeal, there's no question about it, but the mic is nice and clear. And you know, you'd have to find a good happy medium between the level on the mic and on your Yaesu radio. If you run the mic in the processor, you're going to have to find a happy medium between all three, especially on SSB, with the compressor not going over 10 decibel. And then on this radio, the ALC circuit doesn't even work. It's not showing anything on sideband, which is really odd. 1 2 1 2, hello. So that could be why it sounds so bad on AM. It's almost like they totally disabled the automatic limitation circuit, and it just sounds horrible on AM. But on a working radio, you wouldn't want to exceed past this red mark on the right hand side. You'd want to keep it within that level, and that would help control your transmission so that you're not splattering and taking up too much bandwidth that you don't need, ideally wasting power and all that stuff. But speech compressor, you'd want to stay around 9 or 10 dB at the most, and this would work well. So I've never really wired one of these for anything else other than like CBs, but it works fine. So I might use another one of my mic plugs here and wire one for a ICOM 8-pin or something if I get bored one day, but use one of my personal ones. I have an Echo one. Maybe that would be fun to play with some Echo on an ICOM once or something. Not that people would really appreciate it, but it is what it is. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of just a little bit of an effect, something with the audio, not like a full-on Echo or something. But this is not an Echo one, and I don't have any of those ones to sell. Just the one that I have for myself, which the Echo one is the NM432. So this is the 532. This is just a standard power microphone, electret condenser, but it does sound good, and it's working just fine. So it's funny because if you turn the Vox on, 1 2, this mic doesn't work with Vox, but the stock mic does. So that's something, if you were gonna try to use Vox, it won't work. This one will. And I didn't realize the Vox was on in the beginning when I was testing this radio, because it kept transmitting without me pressing the PTT on the mic, but the Vox circuit was on, so that's why it was doing that. Kind of weird, but there's a lot of controls on this and stuff, so you have to kind of sit back from it and kind of gauge everything and see, okay, what's on, what's not on, and figure out where to go from there. So a little older radio, more buttons to press and knobs to turn. A lot of guys really like those. So I'm sure this was a beautiful, beautiful radio in its day, and probably very expensive also in its day. So 1 2 3 1 2 3, check check, hello. Mic's working good. The only thing else to add is on the mic plug, and this is my mistake, and if this bothers you, I guess I can redo it before I get with you on the purchase and stuff. But this collar is the original KPO one that fit a 6-pin plug, and I didn't realize when I forgot to swap it out with the 8-pin round that I used. It has a different collar, and apparently it's cut different inside because the hole in the divider don't line up. And I tried to get this off, and it is in there, like it will not come off. So generally speaking, I would probably have to redo another mic if that bothers you. It is tight, it's not moving. That's up to you if you want this one. If not, I'll have to redo another one and get with you on that. But that was my mistake, because I started soldering the wires onto the plug and forgot to take the old collar off and put the new one on, because the new one would line right up. So it wouldn't bother me if I was going to use it. Obviously I wouldn't use this Yaesu, so I don't have much use for this mic, because I don't have any Yaesus here that I can use this on. But the only Yaesu I have is a FT891, and that's a modular RJ45 style mic plug, so it wouldn't work anyways. But You know, I've taken this on and off about a dozen times now, and it's not moving. It's nothing. I mean, it's in there like a screw's in there. So I don't think it's gonna cause you any problems or anything. I mean, it's on there and it ain't budging. So, but that's up to you. If you want me to redo one, I will. And if somebody else wants to buy this one for a Yaesu radio with a round plug, then they're more than welcome to it, just the way it is. So I'll get with you on this, and you can let me know what you want to do. But it's working good, and another option, I guess, for these down the road or something. I don't really like these kind of plugs. I mean, they're a little more finicky. These and the 6-pin Rangers, I don't know. I just prefer like the standard mic plugs, like the 4-pin or 5-pin, because the pins are separated. The pins are all like together. Not that you can't wire it, because obviously I did. It's not a big deal, but they just take a little more time. And I don't have as much practice with these kind of mic plugs, because most of the CB stuff is just standard 4-pin, 5-pin. Well, not really even 5-pin anymore. It's basically just 4-pin or 6-pin. You know, but this is just 2 more pins, so it's not even a big deal. But not a very common mic plug for what we'd use in the CB 10 meter world, but all in all, it's a very popular plug for HF and stuff like that. So obviously you can transition CB mics to work on these kind of radios. There's no problem with it. You just gotta color code and figure out which wires go to what and what they do. And once you figure that out, you adapt it to what you find on the internet or whatever with the mic plug for like an HF radio, and you solder them on, and away you go. They work. So all in all, it's a success, minus the little hiccup by leaving this on by mistake. So I'll get with you on that, and I'll put this one back because it's really big and bulky. And if it was working good, I probably would use it because it'd be a really fun radio to use. But it is really messed up, so it's a shame. It doesn't have case screws or anything, so the case is all scratched up and stuff. But it doesn't look too bad. If I cleaned it up some, it would look better. It's probably was an amazing radio in its day. All right, 73.